безверливий, і ти це знаєш. Ти легко й красиво в кохання граєш. Ти поруч проходиш, не помічаєш. На мене уваги ти не звертаєш. Але чекати я більш не буду. Тебе зустріну і будь-що буде. Будь-що буде, ти оглядаєшся неохоче. Будь-що буде, і я дивлюсь тобі прямо в очі. Будь-що буде, нехай звертають увагу люди. Кладу я руки тобі на груди. І тихо шепчу, будь-що буде. Будь-що буде, ти оглядаєшся неохоче. Будь-що буде, і я дивлюсь тобі прямо в очі. Будь-що буде, нехай звертають увагу люди. Кладу я руки тобі на груди. І тихо шепчу, будь-що буде. Будь-що буде. Будь-що буде. Нехай звертають увагу люди. Будь-що буде, буде. Будь-що буде, буде. Ти хлопець вродливий, а я звичайна. Для тебе не диво, дівоча тайна. Все зважу востаннє і все не варто. Дівоче кохання, для тебе жарти. Але чекати я більш не буду. Тебе зустріну і будь-що буде. Будь-що буде. Будь-що буде. Будь-що буде, буде. Будь-що буде, буде. Будь-що буде, ти оглядаєшся неохоче. Будь-що буде, і я дивлюсь тобі прямо в очі. Будь-що буде, нехай звертають увагу люди. Кладу я руки тобі на груди. І тихо шепчу, будь-що буде. Будь-що буде. Будь-що буде, нехай звертають увагу люди. Будь-що буде, буде. Будь-що буде, буде.
I have friends that I've made, people that we're talking to, and we have, hopefully, a new beginning soon. An opportunity where I think we can have a voice in the politics here. I hope to have more for you soon. In the meantime, just try and keep your chin up. I know it's hard now, but I believe we have an opportunity soon. Thank you. Thank you to Kara, who's been helping set these meetings up, and points over to the younger half-elf earlier, and she kind of nods when a few hands clap. And to our new members, I'm sorry I didn't get your names.
Bo.
Ford.
Yeah.
Bo and Ford, thank you for joining us tonight. And it goes without saying, please, if you don't mind, we prefer to keep these conversations personal for obvious reasons.
Absolutely.
You know, and even the most misunderstood discontent leads to unfortunate circumstances.
We understand. Thank you for sharing with us.
Yeah. I know I, for one, have had my discontent with the Empire, so it's good to hear we're not alone.
Of course. Knights of Requital, I appreciate your time. Rest well. We'll meet soon. Dismissed. And everyone kind of begins to scatter and make their way back up into the tavern.
We kind of stay down.
Yeah. I want to wait behind, maybe talk to Dolan.
Yeah. Really appreciate what you said.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Of course.
Yeah.
I understand that you aren't from around here, so don't feel that you have to take too much of this to heart. But best that we can do to try and keep spirits up, and I believe we can find a way to make and exact some change real soon.
It struck a chord. It mirrors a lot of what we've seen since we've been here. Do you meet very often? I'd love to come back.
Well, we're scheduled to meet here in probably the next 2 days or so. We're gearing up for a couple of important events.
How often are the meetings that heated? That seem pretty intense.
Yeah, personal, emotional.
It can vary. Anyway, I'm sorry. I really should be going.
Yeah. Whereabouts in town do you live?
Oh, I live outside of the Apple Tree Tutors.
All right. Well, we'll probably be staying here the next few days, so, you know.
Yeah, we'll check in with, what was her name?
With,
runs the place.
Claudia?
Yeah, we'll check in with Claudia if there's any other meetings again.
All right.
Appreciate you being so open.
Appreciate you being respectful and close to your chest. Anyway, he steps past the two of you, kind of puts the rest of his jacket on and exits, and now it's just the two of you there in kind of the cellar below.
What's in the cellar?
Yeah.
Glance about.
Gonna rob the place?
Well, I just want to know: is it munitions? Is it meat?
Yeah.
Is it booze?
Wine? Is it good wine?
There are large casks, large like wooden barrels and casks. It looks like this is where kind of major ale storage is set, but none of them are tapped. It looks to be a couple of crates that are still sealed, unopened.
Any good wines that I would recognize?
None of the wines are kept in this cellar.
Okay.
By the size of the place, you get the sense there's probably more than one storage places here.
Right.
When you scroll your cursor over it, though, the descriptions are all in red. So
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure. Can't access that.
Talk about an
access
underbelly.
it.
That was more than I was expecting.
Yeah. No, and I totally called Claudia on it too, and she didn't like come forward. I'm like, you're running some shit.
Yeah,
She's
you did.
running some shit.
Right up front.
Did you notice he said, "Thanks for keeping things close to your chest"? Are we that transparent?
No. I mean, I would say the same thing if I was taking such a chance with people I didn't know, right? I think he's just trying to invest in us a little.
Right.
Seemed nice.
Right.
I tell Frumpkin to yowl between their legs.
Ja!
Oh,
Ja! I give Frumpkin the finger, hoping Caleb will see.
I don't see it. I'm not really.
maybe
Now I'm just flicking off a cat. That's cool.
maybe we should go back up.
Yeah. All right.
Let's go back
Yeah,
up.
that's good.
Fucking
I was spending my
got-
time cutting the parchment up into even little like rectangles so I could make them into multiple pieces of paper.
Huh? Easy enough to do.
We go back.
Okay. So as you guys head up into the tavern to meet up with the rest of your troop, you can see they're all sitting around handling the other business. What are you guys up to?
I've been just, we were listening to the description of this insanity.
Yeah.
I vamped out of that probably 2 minutes before it finished, so I didn't get the tail end, but I got the meat.
You got the meat of it, and you've watched the people that were in the meeting leave in like small groups. They're kind
Yes,
of pacing their
don't believe what
exit.
you hear. It was a huge orgy. Just naked parts everywhere.
Missed
I
it.
figured it wasn't. Caleb was lying to us the
I
whole
know.
time.
Maple syrup. They had like little Tic Tacs and
Did
all
you guys
sorts of chocolate chips. Lollipops galore.
Usually in orgies like that, they don't let you stay unless you're a part of
I
it.
don't
He's
know
not
if that's-
sticky with maple syrup, he's lying.
Tongue bath.
Nice.
I think what we should do is take the names and descriptions of all of those people and turn them into the authorities for 50 gold a person. We could make so much money and be heroes in this town as well,
But
just
you
like
know-
we were in the last.
Maybe not that, but quite frankly, those people are reckless.
Yeah.
Telling you what they told you.
It is, and the only problem with that would be that we were in that meeting as well. So
Spies.
Except that they told them the real names
yeah.
Also,
and where they're
The
staying.
authorities
Never
don't
use your real name.
delineate between
wondering about
the real McCoy and passers-by, just
Yeah.
like that man's story. The
Groups of
dwarf.
people are always idiots. Never trust a group of people. I specifically used to gather people into groups to make them into idiots. It's just what you do.
yeah,
you
but
don't.
you
You did that to
also
us.
It was exactly what I did. It's how I met you. It's why I keep you around.
you also traveled with a group of people.
Which is what we were
Yes,
doing
but we
now.
weren't a group of people. We all hated each
It's a
other.
smaller group.
It's a pretty big group. There's
You
9
know
of
how
us.
often his logic falls apart?
You just told them your real name.
No, I told him I'm Bo.
You left out the regard part. And you mispronounced your name Ford when we all know it's Fjord.
That's right, yeah.
Clever.
Yeah, there's a lot of people named Bo. Right?
There. I've never met any.
anyone
Only one other
Miss
person
Two.
named
I've
Bo.
literally
That
only
guy
met one other
named
person named
Bo.
Bo.
Yeah, just
Good
one.
nickname.
Just one.
Bilbo,
Right.
Beauregard.
And I think
Yeah.
his name was not the same Bo as your Bo.
It was a different Bo.
It was a different Bo. I'm going to start folding my little pieces of paper into little trifolds.
Alrighty. What else are you guys doing?
I think we're probably good to retire.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to turn in. I have a little bit more homework to do before the end of the night. Good night. Thank you. Good night.
I am eventually falling asleep, but before that, I'm gonna go take a fucking bath. There's a bathhouse. I'm going there. Anyone who wants to come with me is welcome to do
I
so.
want a bath so bad, but it's so late, Molly.
It's just a walk.
Is it even going to be open at night?
Is it gonna be open at night?
You can go and try and find out.
I can go and try and find out. I'm gonna go and try and find out.
Okay, I have important work.
I'll
to do.
accompany you just to make sure you don't get killed.
I'll come with you too because I really want a bath.
I guess I stay behind with Ford. We talk about the crazy shit we just heard.
Yeah, because we're fucking
Oh,
spies.
fuck yeah, man! Break the system! Put it in the ground!
Fold it like this.
Fuck the man.
Fuck the man!
Alrighty.
I'm much happier with my company.
Right, now the two of you make an investigation check.
3.
Oh, you should come in a well. That's right.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's bad. It's because I'm
That's
folding
better.
paper.
17. I'm specifically
13.
looking for stores.
4.
alrighty. You do manage to discover the location of what was it? This Steam's Respite, but it is closed for the night. It is too late for its functionality.
Damn it.
On the way
we know
to
where it is
pass Pack-Aware Provisions or any of the other fine establishments you've told us about?
And if you're wandering through the Penta Market, which you can go roundabout to do that.
That's not on the way, though.
No. Just on the way.
On the way from where you were exiting there, none of those. No, those are all. The Penta Market is pretty much like this clustered center
Are
of.
there any shops at all, or is it just...
You would have come across probably more small food establishments, like small dumpling establishments. Like nothing too crazy. It looks like most of the stores there on the outskirts would be simple glassware, the occasional basic blacksmiths for putting horseshoes on and construction of that. Simple armor repairs for whoever needs it.
Nothing fun.
Nothing crazy. Most of the good stuff is in the vicinity you've already been.
You know, I notice the way that you eye things on occasion.
I'm not stealing anything right now. so-
Well, not right now. That's fine. That's fine. And I would hate to get in the way of any of your business. Your business is your business, and I'm perfectly fine with that. But you know, it's good to remember that there are people who need what they have. There are people who need every bit of what they have, and there are people who would be much happier if they had a little less.
How do I know which is which?
Well, that's a skill worth developing. That's a skill very much worth developing.
If the people look like you and Caleb, they probably need it.
If they seem grumpy or angry and seem overly concerned with an enormous amount of money that they happen to have, or using it to just be mean or cruel to somebody, that's probably a sign that they'd just be much happier if they just knew exactly who liked them. And the only way you could ever really know if someone likes you is if you don't have anything over them. And the easiest way to get to that honesty is if you don't have anything.
So you're saying steal from grumpy people?
Oh, yes.
Shitty people specifically.
Unless they're grumpy because they don't have enough. Because if you're hungry, you get very angry.
I do get really mad.
It's so angry when you're hungry.
No.
Which kind of grumpy is Bo?
Bo has way too much.
Oh.
So you should probably take some stuff from Bo.
All right.
That's fair. Bo really needs to know who likes her.
Oh, no, it's grumpy.
Oh, no. It makes sense when you're in that shirt.
Makes sense when you're over 30. All right.
Got some sports marketing campaign.
Yep.
Wow.
All right. So you guys find your way back. What about the rest of you guys? Anything?
I am just finishing up the spell Unseen Servant before I go to bed, so that
Easily
I will do it
enough.
in the
And you have it
morning.
copied over without issue.
Yes.
I'm so excited
Yes.
about a long rest.
All right.
Before I go to sleep, I'm going to use my little folded papers and make little pamphlets to the traveler. So it's going to be like, have you heard of our Lord and Savior?
You're gonna get us.
He sure is the coolest. Everyone should worship him. He's the best guy around.
Okay.
You're making your
But they're
religion
little-
Tijuana
they're-
Bibles. You're
they're
making
mini.
Tijuana Bibles for your
I love
religion.
them so much.
Is there going to be nudity and sex in these? Because then it's basically a
They're
Tijuana
gonna,
Bible.
like, yes, they're going to have all
Don't
sorts
Google
of
Tijuana
beautiful.
Bible.
They're
meets the
really,
white
they're like
rose.
this little.
I know. I don't know
I
how
had
to make
them
them
out of only 2
How many
sheets
did you
of-
make?
Well, however many I could make out of two sheets of
pieces
parchment.
of paper.
So probably
That size, you could probably.
like 8 or like maybe 10.
We'll say 10 and a few that didn't quite. You got halfway
Get
through and were like,
finished. Yeah, fuck
tore it up. Okay, cool. All right. So the rest of you guys, you're all resting for the evening? All right. Night rest comes without issue. You awake the morning to the sound of an already kind of muttering tavern floor below you, the smell of food and whatever dried ale's been spilled into the room that you're currently sleeping in. But the day is yours. The morning has arrived. You are welcome to do what you wish.
Molly, do you need to pray over your swords? I don't know how
Oh, I
often.
did before you woke up.
Well, next time, could you include me in it? I don't know if maybe it would help me with my skills.
Sure.
Yeah.
Happily.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, actually, no problem.
Morning, Jester.
Bo, you know what we need to do today?
What?
We need to go to the pillow place and go get some money from my mom.
You're okay. Yeah.
Help you get money
Yeah,
from your
let's-
mom?
You're not with us in our room right
Are
now.
you,
Take them
okay?
downstairs? Okay.
Are you
Tom.
How does he do that?
how do you know? How do you know it's gonna be there?
Okay.
Because I asked her for it.
Okay, but asking isn't the same as confirmation of receiving.
Yes, but it's my mom, and of course she's going to send me money. You're crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Totally. Let's go. Let's go. I'll go with you.
It's called the Pillow Trove. We need to go there, but we need to look very pretty. So before that, I'm going to see if Molly wants to go get a bath.
Okay. We have to look pretty.
Lovely.
Yes, we have to be fancy for that place.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Are you all
We also
going?
need to go to the blacksmith, you guys, as I'm
We
coming down the
do.
stairs. We have so many things to sell.
Blacksmith is filthy. We'll go there first.
Yeah.
Good call.
All right.
We stumbled downstairs.
All righty. You get your food, your breakfast set. Let's see here. We'll say for the 2 meals and the drinks in the 3 rooms overnight. If you want to keep track of the tab, though you haven't paid it yet necessarily if you're staying for a while.
109.
Put you at,
Plus, we're
J-
good friends of Claudia's.
This is the DM.
I'll put you at the 3 rooms, food and drink at about 6 gold so far.
Okay, gotcha. 6 gold.
This isn't the nicer part of town.
So far. 1 gold each.
All right. So,
Is Claudia down in this room at the moment?
at the moment, no.
No. Okay.
Looks like it is your Dragonborn friend, and it's there's maybe 6 people in the room.
How'd your homework go last night?
I very well. I am a step ahead of where I was yesterday.
Hey, that's great. Yeah. Nicely done.
I walk over to this Dragonborn. Good morning to you.
Hi, good morning.
Sorry, I know you're busy preparing for the day.
That's all right.
I hear there is a rather large library here in the city. This is correct, yeah?
There's well, a few places with libraries. There's the archive.
That's the biggest one.
Yeah.
The main one.
There's also the Hall of Erudition. I'm pretty sure they got libraries as well.
Hall of Erudition.
Yeah. It's the it's where the Solstice Academy is here.
Oh, good. Okay. The first place, though, could you point me in the direction of it from here?
Right, that would be, let's see, right around... Make sure I get this correct for internal consistency. That would be in the Interstead Sprawl. Which is, it's kind of this, if you consider the city's kind of triangular shape, there's the pentagram market's kind of off center and a little bit to the west of it, and then there's the east and west outersteads, which are kind of the outside cusp and like the slums on the outside of the main wall. There's the Tri-Spire, which is up north. Then there's a section, a quadrant over here, that's the military section, and kind of this weird ring that surrounds and bisects them all around the Pentamarket. That's the Interstead Sprawl.
That's kind of the garrison area.
Yeah. Well, no, that's kind of the more like middle class central connecting part that kind of holds the rest of the city together.
Gotcha. Garrison's more east, you said.
Library is there.
The library is there,
and it's to the east. You're saying?
From where you are now, you guys are on the eastern outerstead, so it would be western. And he goes, actually, hold on just a second, I'll get to your meal. Follow me. Yeah. And he kind of comes out from behind the bar and slaps it up and kind of puts the arm around your shoulder and kind of leads you right immediately outside to the front of the tavern, kind of pushing you along.
Yeah, okay, I kind of shrink inward.
Yeah. You look over that rooftop there, you see that, and you can see what looks to be this kind of slowly tapering tower that then curves off at the very top to be what looks to be a very dome-like pinnacle. The stonework itself appears to be kind of like a smooth concrete-looking texture just from this distance, and the way the morning sun's hitting it, half of it is just bright and reflective. What looks to be a really intricate carving and various tiers along the tower as it descends. He goes, there's the archive. That's what you're looking for. So just look for that tower and keep it going.
Thank you.
No worries.
Also, asking the DM, not this Dragonborn, but you had mentioned the Chastity's Nook. Did you? And Caleb would remember if you said what area it's in?
Tri-Spires.
Tri-Spires.